First off, thanks so much for letting me represent Case Western University today and introduce us. In thinking about this speech, I really thought about why was I coming here and why are a lot of us coming here. And it made me think about a lot of the things some of the professors have talked about. In my last job, I was doing community organizing and developing a transportation system in Detroit. And my boss asked me, several years into my job, was I afraid to say I wanted to change the world? At that time, I didn't know that that was what I was working on. I didn't feel comfortable saying that. But now I stand before you, 5 years after having had that job, saying that the reason I'm here is because I do want to change the world. Part of the way to do this, I believe, is to declare goals, and I just did that. To declare that I want to change the world, and to ask you to push me to do that. But in turn, to actually inspire you to declare your goals, to really figure out what is it you want, and how can I, as a fellow cohort, a fellow colleague, a future business relationship, and even a future friend, help you do that, to really build and meld together as a group. Over the last week, and I'll get to the case part, we've had the opportunity to do some serious team building with Case Western. And I've built foundational relationships with many of the folks already. Like Olin Rawaju from Nigeria, who comes from New Jersey and has an accounting background. Ali, a Cleveland native, where our group is, and he helped me write a few things in this speech, who has a keen sense of investment, and even showed me how that was possible with this BlackBerry phone. Rachel, who I learned is a passionate equestrian, which means riding horses, and is a world traveler and drove 45 minutes in order to get to her high school when she was growing up. Look where she is now. Carlos, a charismatic gentleman from the Dominican Republic, but also comes to us by New Jersey, who has a keen sense of fashion, but also a passion for travel, and a passion for new cultures, like everyone sitting in this room. Sixto, my roommate, who I'm getting to know really well, by the age of 21 has had some experiences that I haven't by the age of 27. Tiara, a woman from Brooklyn, New York, who's had the background of traveling the world and doing high-level consulting, something a lot of us really want to do. She's already done it. Myself, a Detroit, Michigan native, a passionate language learner, someone interested in global finance as well as economic development. I chose to do this program because I want to go back to my hometown, Detroit, and other urban areas in the United States, and now the world, and figure out how to redevelop them. Detroit is a community that is struggling with bankruptcy. How many folks have heard of Detroit? It's the town where we developed the auto, but we sent a lot of these jobs other places. There's amazing infrastructure in Detroit. What we need to figure out, and what we fail to do, is build international relationships in order to build our urban economy. I'm declaring that I want to do that right now, and I want to figure out how to do that with this energetic, hungry, and intelligent group. Steve Farber, the author of a book, The Radical Leap, says that the most powerful leadership qualities start with passion. But we have to work to uncover what are those passions. We wake up every day thinking about putting food on the table, getting a job, working, taking care of our children, for those of us that have families or soon will. But we as a group have a unique opportunity here to dig deep into each other and figure out what those passions are. What is it you love, and how can you really make the world a better place by doing that? Farber says, what we as future leaders of this world must act to do is mobilize others to be inspired and want to struggle for shared leaderships. He suggests in his book over and over again that leadership is difficult and it's not comfortable. And I believe everybody here is here today to bring out of their comfort zones. Now getting to Case Western University in Cleveland. It's nestled in one of Cleveland's growing pockets, full of a new transportation line. The Cleveland Clinic, one of the most famous hospitals in the world. The Cleveland Clinic Medical Corridor. Quaint restaurants and lots of history in Little Italy. A plethora of museums, world-famous museums, that just amazing, amazing museums. Access to Cleveland and the unique and beautiful lakefront on Lake Erie, one of the world's great lakes, one of the country's great lakes, some of the most fresh water in the world. I'm certain you will all find it charming, stimulating, inspiring, entertaining, and unique. And I'll end with this quote from Carly Fiorina, the CEO of Hewlett-Packard, who championed the merger with Compaq. At MIT in 2000, at the commencement speech, she said, "A leader's greatest obligation is to make possible an environment where people can aspire to change the world." I seek to create that environment with all of you and to learn from some of the most amazing countries in the world, India, China, and the United States of America. We're here to build hard skills and to learn in these three countries how we can do it best. Thank you very much for letting me represent you today.